it's time for a fever.
SODO!
What's going on, SODO population? As always, I'm your host of Frozen Stratos, and today, we have our typical Kamen Rider Candy Toy blog to talk about. It came out this weekend. This episode's coming up a bit late. We'll get into why that is at the end of this episode, but until then, let's take a look at what's going on in this blog. So, this week, they decided to just say, screw it, we're going to do everything. We're going to show you everything that's coming in ID3, mostly because it would have been too difficult or too time-consuming for them to put everything into, their own separate blog, and I understand why after seeing everything we got here. But the first thing we got is Kamen Rider Geats' Fever MAGNUM form, and notably, there is no boost form. There is no fever boost form in this set, so likely that's coming in the next wave in ID4. So right now we have MAGNUM, and it looks really good. On top of what you're typically getting out of the Geats MAGNUM bodies, or I guess the MAGNUM bodies for anyone really, is that we have this separate scarf piece that is molded in as far as I can tell, and on top of that there is the secondary gold scarf hanging off. So there is a new piece on the back of the figure that basically allows you to attach both scarves at once. So that's really cool. That's an awesome consideration that they made. And if you've noticed something here, if you've picked up on something subtle, they're actually I can't speak. Shin swaps. Check that out. So, when last we checked in on the Kamen Rider Geats MAGNUM form, the legs didn't have the deployable cannons, but that's only because they didn't know that Geats was able to do that. So now they have the deployable leg-mounted cannons, and they look very good. You are swapping out the whole shin, so it's taking up a lot of part space, and I would assume quite a bit of the paint, but you know what? It's totally worth it. This looks great to my eye. Very excited for this, and obviously you can use this on, your older MAGNUM body. On top of that, something I wanted to note is that these are the only cannons you'll be getting. You'll also be getting, the wrist-mounted ones, but you're not getting two of the guns. So you're gonna have to harvest that from one of your other MAGNUM figures, or just buy multiples of that. It's up to you. Just wanted to let you know ahead of time that no guns will be included in this set. Anyways, let's move on now, because we got the reveal that we were getting these two in ID3. Now, sadly, it has been revealed that these are just heads. We're only getting the heads for these guys, and we'll have to figure out a body situation later on. But to add to this trio, this set is going to include Punk Jack, and he looks very good. He has a cape, he has the head that we were, assuming that he was going to come with, and I don't know, this is the main figure that's going to come of it. This is the main, one you can make. You are able to swap in the different bear heads, so it is technically a bear body that you can, work into whichever one you want. Mostly because Punk Jack doesn't only have one figure in this set, he has this one. This is the monster form, and also the monster form revolves. So you get all three different Punk Jacks in this one set, which, they made two new molds for one figure, or two new molds, and then split that out into three figures. Really, they only made one figure's worth of new molds, and then made three figures out of it. That's kind of smart, I guess, I mean, I do want all of these, and all these parts will be useful in the future, so I'm not super broken up about it, because we need extra bodies and stuff. So I hope something like this continues on, where we do get a whole bunch of extra entry body pieces to come with all of these things. This is very cool. And, you can get all sorts of poses out of this guy, especially with the kicking poses here. And we get to see a little bit of the cape back there. It does look like it's mounted where the scarf piece would typically go. So it would probably rotate on that axis and flap up on one of the hinges there. Next up, we got another, I guess, set of forms. It's Nago Beat, and this looks so good. I'm so excited for this one. We even get the legs of this one. So this is actually going to be the last figure that's coming in this wave. Basically, this is everything you could make out of this third wave, and it's pretty extensive. Now, technically, you're only going to make 6 out of these, but you know what? You've got the options, you've got the different parts in order to make your I forgot their names, Japan and the other one. Yeah, these look very good. Nago, also, you can get her in various poses and whatnot. Same with this one. You can have her DJing. And she has something special that we'll talk about a little later. They did also want to mention that, hey, you can finally use these parts to turn into Japan's MAGNUM form, if you so choose. Just, make sure you're using the one from the first wave and the stickers and the head from this wave. You can also get Geats involved because Geats will have the new eye stickers in order to use this monster form, and it looks pretty good. Same with the leg kicking version. Good stuff here. And we get to see Geats with the beat form and a brand new axe weapon. That's right. So there are new hands included with the Nago forms, and they are going to be using, I guess, separate peg, like a new peg system to make it so that you can hold it as an axe or as a guitar axe. So that means you can hold it and make it look like they're playing the guitar. It looks really effective, so I definitely appreciate it. And they said it right out front. This is the rest of ID3, or this is all of ID3. So they gave us a bit of a breakdown. These new eyes, the beat eye or the monster eyes, those are actually coming in the Fever Geats MAGNUM figure, and that looks pretty good. We also have Nago Beat in this one. The Nago Beat figure will actually have these extra stumps. So what these are is a way to swap out like the Nago bangles that are molded into the arms. You can swap those out, and then that means you can put them onto any other figure and it won't have Nago's bangles on any of those. So these parts are very helpful for your form swaps. Then Nago Beats, I guess, Revolve form. That's where the axe comes in. That's the only place you're going to be getting that one. And then the monster form, that's here. That looks good. And then this is where the heads are separated out into. So the monster form and the entry form are going to have Japan and whatever the other one's name is. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments down below. It doesn't matter. He's dead. Spoilers, I guess. But yeah, basically, with these new heads, or with, the new Punk Jack figure and these heads that we got revealed earlier, here's basically all the entry forms we have so far in SODO, and it looks pretty good. Now, if you want to, I guess, diversify your display, you can give Japan his technically final form, maybe? Or at least the eyes are the final form, but you can make him into the zombie or the infected version if you want. But hey, I do believe that's where this ended off. They did say that next week they will be taking a look at Kamen Rider Fize's release, because it's going to be coming out this weekend or around this time. It'll be the last blog until the Fize Chronicle series does come out, so do keep that in mind. Outside of that, that is it for this episode. Once again, I do apologize for it being late. My computer broke. It kaput. I tried to turn it off, and then No, I tried to put it on hibernate, walked away, came back, and it was like, hey, I ain't working, buddy. I did a lot to try to salvage it. This is a new setup. If something comes out strangely, or if I sound different, or anything happens, let me know, because, like, I had to, like, cobble together this setup yet again on OBS, so, you know, that's that. That's why it's late. Thank you for being patient. I let people know on Twitter, but and on Discord, but now at least we have a functioning version of this show to do now. So, if you are still missing out on some of the SODO, shodo, yudo information, might I recommend this latest vid that we did regarding the Kaku Ranger reveals and also the Shodo scaled Gavan Chigoken figure that is actually a pretty reasonable price, so definitely check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it juicy.